Devil Fruits, a mysterious type of fruit in the One Piece world that grants the user godlike abilities in exchange for their ability to swim. But have you ever wondered which devil fruit is the strongest of them all? Well, you're about to find out because I'm going to go over 10 of the strongest devil fruits in One Piece to find out which one reigns supreme. Starting off with the Mori no Mi, eaten by one of the Navy's newest admirals, Green Bull. This Logia-type devil fruit allows the user to become a forest human who is immune to all traditional attacks, meaning Green Bull can create and control nature, bending Mother Nature herself to his will, becoming the god of the forest. But unlike other Logia-type devil fruits, this fruit turns the user into a solid material, meaning he can't let physical attacks pass through him, but those attacks are still harmless nonetheless. Even if the user's body is totally destroyed, they can regenerate by sprouting out of the ground like a plant. The biggest feature of this fruit lets the user capture and restrict enemies with ease, encasing them in vines or impaling them, even possessing the ability to absorb moisture from his enemies, making him even stronger in the process. In the land of Wano, Green Bull was able to showcase his abilities by creating a nearly infinite amount of wood and flora, maneuvering at great speeds to attack and defend with ease. Number 9. The Ope Ope no Mi. This Paramecia devil fruit was eaten by Trafalgar Law, and is so powerful it earned him the name the Surgeon of Death. This devil fruit allows the user to freely control and manipulate anyone or anything inside a limited space called a room, which the user can control by changing its size and position. The Ope Ope no Mi can be used in hundreds of different ways, so many ways in fact that it's practically multiple devil fruits in one. The Nagi no Mi, which was eaten by Rosinante, that's whole ability lets him make his entire environment silent, and Law can replicate this devil fruit himself with Room. There is also another devil fruit called the Wapu no Mi, eaten by Van Orger, which lets him teleport to different places, which Law can also do himself with Broom. The applications of this devil fruit are near infinite and allow the user to switch positions of anything in his room, slice people apart without injury, and when awakened he can even manipulate space with an ability called Kroom, where he can pass his sword through solid matter, shocking his enemies from the inside. But if that wasn't overkill, this fruit has one more unique ability that is absolutely ridiculous. As using this fruit, he can grant a person eternal youth, basically making them immortal, but at the hefty cost of the user's life. This is why the world government were prepared to pay over 5 billion berries for this fruit. Number 8. The Soru Soru no Mi, eaten by the Emperor of the Sea, Big Mom. This Paramecia-type devil fruit allows the user to manipulate and control souls, and is without a doubt one of the strongest devil fruits in One Piece. The user can extract a victim's soul using fear, stealing the victim's lifespan. The user can also control how much lifespan they want to extract. It's possible to steal decades of life from someone, or just mere seconds. The user can then infuse those souls with inanimate objects, granting them intelligence and the ability to speak, creating an infinite amount of loyal followers called homies. And the stronger the victim that the soul was taken from, the stronger the resulting homie will be. However, this devil fruit has just one big weakness. If the victim does not feel any fear, their soul cannot be extracted. We saw this with Jinbei, when Big Mom tried to take his soul, and because Jinbei wasn't scared, she couldn't extract it. Number 7. The Magu no Mi. This is another Logia-type devil fruit that allows the user to turn into magma, and was eaten by the Navy's Fleet Admiral, Akainu. This devil fruit is one of the most destructive devil fruits of all time. It's so strong that the creator of One Piece stated that if Akainu wanted to find the One Piece, he could do it in a single year. Akainu is able to use this fruit to change the climate of an entire island, turning it into hell itself. And if someone tries to attack him, not only will the attack pass through him, but because he's made of magma, the attacker will seriously hurt themselves in the process. It's like the user has Torn's 3 armor equipped 24/7, but instead of punching a thorn bush, you would practically be putting your arm inside a molten volcano. He can attack by transforming his arm into magma and then sending it towards his enemies. He can also create molten magma meteors and send them crashing down from the sky, just like an actual volcanic eruption. And to make it even worse, this devil fruit doesn't seem to have a weakness to anything specific. Even in his fight with Aokiji, who technically should have an advantage over him, he still came out victorious. Number 6. Uo no Mi. This mythical Zoan devil fruit was eaten by the king of the beasts, Kaido, and allows him to turn into a mythical dragon. And besides the transformation, this devil fruit grants the user so many different abilities, it's actually comical. Not only can the user create flame clouds which act like footholds in the air, allowing the user to fly through the sky, but can also breathe a compressed beam of fire, decimating anything in its path. And aside from that, the user can also conjure up tornadoes that release cutting slashes, also destroying anything in its path. itself. The user can also turn into a hybrid mix of a human and dragon that's more suited for hand-to-hand combat, as he still receives the strength from his transformation whilst also remaining in a practical size, allowing the user to go toe-to-toe with his enemies. And this hybrid form also keeps the powers that he would have access to in his dragon form, meaning he can still fire off compressed beams of fire in his hybrid form. And if you think that's all this devil fruit can do, well, listen to this. Once in their dragon form, the user can create an entire molten shell around its body, melting anything in range, making the user practically invulnerable. Well, almost. And just like the Magu no Mi, this fruit doesn't appear to have any particular weakness either. Number 5. The Gura no Mi Paramecia type devil fruit was eaten by the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, and allows the user to create strong tremors and vibrations, resulting in catastrophic earthquakes. It was originally eaten by Whitebeard, but then it was stolen by Teach. This devil fruit is so strong that the user can decimate entire cities, countries, and is so strong that if the user wanted to, he could decimate the entire world itself. It's stated that if the full powers of the Gura no Mi were to be released, there wouldn't be a safe place to hide anywhere in the world. The user can also create massive tsunamis, drowning and decimating anything in its path. In the War of the Best, Whitebeard used this devil fruit to fight all 3 admirals and outmaneuvered every single one of them. We never got to see the full potential of this devil fruit, as Whitebeard was most definitely holding back, not to injure his crew, but we did get to see a small glimpse when Whitebeard lifted and moved the very tectonic plates themselves. Number 4. The Yami no Mi. This Logia-type devil fruit was eaten by Blackbeard, and it's odd as it doesn't work like other Logia-type devil fruits. It doesn't allow attack to pass through the user's body and actually amplifies any received attacks, meaning the user receives more damage, but is still widely considered to be the strongest Logia in all of existence. This devil fruit is like something out of a nightmare, as it allows the user to create and control darkness itself. The user can create a black hole capable of sucking up an entire Terran, and when it was released, everything was reduced to rubble. But interestingly enough, people can survive this, but they are left severely injured and in total shock of what they saw. But if you think that's all the power this fruit grants, think again, as the user can create a vortex pulling in its victims, and then using his fruit can completely absorb and even nullify their devil fruit with a single touch, leaving them totally defenseless and open to any attacks. And it's heavily theorized that this devil fruit somehow played a part in how Blackbeard was able to steal Whitebeard's devil fruit. Number 3. The Toshi no Mi. This Paramecia type devil fruit was eaten by Jewelry Bonney, and it's been around for quite a while, but it's only recently been revealed just how powerful this fruit really is. Originally, we thought that it allows the user to manipulate the ages of people or objects, making them so old that they're unable to move or so young that they're just a baby. But actually, she's accessing distorted futures in which the victim is old or young. Upon a touch, Bonney can access a future where just about anything is possible. We saw her do this in chapter 1113, where she said, quote unquote, "Give me a future in which I am a giant," and lo and behold, she turned into a giant. The potential for this devil fruit is actually insane, and it seems that just about anything is possible. But in chapter 1103, one of the 5 elders said that the more she knows about reality, the narrower her future possibilities become, meaning that you would need a very naive and creative mind to really use this fruit to its greatest potential. But for now, this devil fruit definitely deserves its place as number 3. Number 2. The Gorosei's devil fruits. Now, it's not confirmed if the 5 elders even possess devil fruits. Their powers could very well be something else entirely, but it appears that all 5 elders have mythical Zoan devil fruits that are indeed awakened. Their devil fruits seem to be based on Japanese yokai, which are creatures from ancient Japanese mythology. And let me just say that their powers really change the concepts of devil fruits entirely. Not only can they summon each other to their exact locations almost instantaneously, but they can also regenerate their body parts with ease, and seem to take 0 damage from anything. Even attacks infused with Conqueror's haki seem to have 0 effect on them. We don't know too much about their powers, but from what we've seen so far, their powers far outscales even the strongest of devil fruits. Number 1. Hito no Mi, model, Nika. This mythical Zoan devil fruit was eaten by Monkey D. Luffy and granted him the power to transform into the mythical sun god, Nika. The user of this devil fruit is able to turn everything and everyone into rubber, making it his own personal playground, as well as having a body fully comprised with rubber properties, meaning traditional blunt force attacks have no effect on him. It's said that the power of this devil fruit is only limited to the user's imagination, and that appears to be the case as Luffy can transform into a giant, create goggles from thin air, and even turn holograms into solid materials. The world government is completely terrified of this devil fruit and has been trying to get a hold of it for over 800 years. They even erased this devil fruit from history entirely and gave it a new name, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and pretended that it was just a basic paramecia type devil fruit. Once the fruit is awakened, the user takes the form of the sun god Nika and is granted exceptional power. But there does seem to be a drawback, as this form seems to put on a huge amount of strain on the body, making the user age into an old man. We still don't know everything about this fruit, but from what we've seen so far, it definitely reigns supreme as the strongest devil fruit in One Piece.